the one thing that we didn't talk about is your line mate, Matty Beniers. Have you seen a shift in him at all in terms of his confidence and his execution lately?
Yeah, he's shooting the puck more. I find that he's got an underrated shot, and he's got to use it a little bit more, and I kind of keep telling him that. So he's putting himself in good positions to shoot, and when they come in bunches. So just got to keep going.
Vancouver's a pretty explosive team, and yet it looked like for much of tonight you guys were controlling the tempo either with your transition game or your forward-checking. I mean, is this a good example of what you guys are capable of?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's pretty frustrating when we don't play like that because, we play against the best team in the NHL and one of the best teams in the NHL. And, we play like that. We feel good. We're dominating, and, it's frustrating sometimes when we're not playing like that every game, right? So we just got to focus, maybe watch this film and just kind of reiterate before the game, every single game, what we got to do to play well.
You guys had them hemmed in their own end at one point for like a minute and a half, and they couldn't get off the ice. I mean, did that kind of change the momentum a bit towards the end of that period?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very skilled team. Obviously, they got some pretty amazing players over there who can put the puck in the back of the net, so the less time they get with the puck, the better for us. So, we just maybe we got to play more like that.
Jared, you're in one of those stretches right now where points seem to be coming a lot easier for you than they have at other times of the year. Does it feel different when you're out there right now than one of those other stretches?
I've never been a guy to focus on points. I've said that since the beginning of my career. It's just not the type of player I am. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't, but just try to control what I can control, and that's just my effort.
Two things. One, is there anything more fun for you than sitting and waiting till one of your teammates finishes talking?
Yeah, it's nice. Evans has been in the league for a long time, so he's earned the right to talk as long as he wants, I guess.
Okay, the other question. You have a lot of signature wins this year. For all the tough stretches, wins over Vegas, a couple over Vancouver. 2 of your last 3 games are over both of the conference leaders. So really, this should inspire a lot of confidence, I would think, in you guys.
Definitely. Obviously, we at the same time, obviously, I said before, it's pretty frustrating when we don't play this well. When we know we can play like that against good teams. So, like I said, watch film, and maybe before the next game, we got to say, hey, we can do this. Just bear down, and we'll do it. Yeah.
Jared, I know it's instinct, but getting the pass back to Dunn there in the first goal, what was going through your mind there?
I saw the defenseman kind of coming out hard on me. He had a good stick, and I know Dunner and I kind of talked about him shooting the puck a little bit more, and that's going to open me up. But we just kind of a good play that turned out well. I keep harping on him to shoot the puck, so I was kind of glad he did.
Were you all surprised to find yourself with that much time on your goal?
Yeah. I mean, my line mates created that all for me. So, they forechecked there. They, had a good stick, and I was able to just turn, spin, and shoot. So that's all on them.
Can you actually see the top corner there before you shoot, or are you just getting your best shot up and hoping for?
I saw I had a little bit of time, so I maybe just tried to pick my spot, not shoot as hard.
What was the reaction on the bench during that Tana fight? It seemed like you got him pretty good there.
Yeah, it was good. Turbo's a guy who brings a lot of energy to our team, and he's been great for us all year. So to see him do that brings kind of gets everybody going and say, hey, let's focus here and do this for him.
Cool, thanks, Cannon.
Yeah.
Factor in this one. How important is it for you guys to be really finding success there and building on that at this point in the year and with where you guys are at?
Yeah, I mean, you want to try and win special teams every night. Obviously, we get 2 on the power play and we kill off, 4. So that was huge. I mean, we finally shifted the momentum in the second a little bit and got a couple, quicker together and took a 2-goal lead into the third. So all around, I thought it was a good game by us. Even in the third, when obviously they got a lot of firepower. They're one of the best teams in the league. I thought we did a good job of, keeping things outside for groups to see easily and not too much inside. So. Overall, it was a good game. Hopefully, kicks us and gets us. I mean, obviously, we want to be playing meaningful hockey all the way down the stretch, and it's a big one.
Jared described this one as a full 60-minute effort for you guys. What made it feel like that? What does it take to get that throughout the whole game for you?
I mean, a lot of things. Obviously, good start. That's key. I thought we had a good start to the game. Special teams. There's just a ton of things, and we've had a lack of consistency throughout the year at different times. But it's nice to see us. Hopefully, we start hitting our stride.
How much did that sequence midway through the first period, when you guys had them hemmed in their own end for like a minute and a half? How much do you think that changed some of the momentum in the game? It seemed like you guys were able to do that to them a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, there's always momentum shifts in a game, but when you have something like that where one line comes out and the second line, and I think we even had the third line come out at one point. We're still playing in their end. That's huge. So makes tires them down a little bit. It's harder to play defense than his offense, and I think for the most part, it kind of sets the tone.
Was this the kind of game where you guys showed off what you can do as a team? Because they're known as a pretty good skating team, and yet you seem to outskate them for a good part of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that one of our biggest strengths is our speed. That's just not fast skating. That's puck movement, breaking out, moving up and down quick. I think we've had times where we've been good this year, and times I think that's what I mentioned about the inconsistency. But I still think we have another level. I think we got to it tonight. That's kind of the standard for us, and we need to find a way to get that consistency each night. And if we do that, down the stretch, if we find a way in, we be a dangerous team. We find a shot.
How big is it for you guys to have your line, you, Jared, Maddie, back together and producing at the rate you guys kind of are right now?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously played together a lot last year, most of the year. Created a lot, I think. We know each other's tendencies. We know where each other's going to be, and hopefully we can try and take some of the offensive load off, and then we try and find some ways to get big nights like tonight where we can get wins. So, if we can keep going like that down the stretch, like I said, I think the biggest thing for us is we just want to be playing meaningful hockey all the way down, put our heads down. As cliche as it is, I mean, you can't stuff to look around the league and watch the teams you got to chase, but it's always fun when you're doing that too.
Jordan, what have you seen in Jared? You've seen him 3 years now, and it just keeps getting better and better and clutch.
Yeah, I've played against him a lot. I think for him, from day one, I was just trying to get him out of his own head. He's a very skilled. He's got one of the best shots I've ever seen. If you can get him playing with some confidence like he is now, he's a dangerous player. So he's obviously thrived in here, and not only his shot but his playmaking, and just little things that people don't pick up, his wall plays and stuff like that. So I think he's still going to keep growing and growing.
Speaking of confidence in your line mates, what have you seen out of Matty lately? Have you seen a shift out of him, or in terms of the production that he's had and just how he's been playing?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's not easy coming in after your first year. Teams start to key on you. If they find your tendencies, that sort of thing. You've seen it a lot, but he's starting to, he's does a lot of little things that a lot of people don't see, whether it's face-offs, D-zone coverage, little things that progress the game in our favor. And he, at a young age, to see that it's impressive. I think if you ask him, he probably wants to mentor, much like Patrice Bergeron, and to hear that from a young kid, it's pretty special, rare.
How good is it for you guys to see Phil put together another strong outing? Both the goals were a little fluky for different reasons, and to have him back up the performance he had against the Islanders last round.
Yeah, he's obviously the last two games he's played. He's been huge for us. It's good to have a good tandem like that. It's tough to beat. He's worked hard to get back from injury. It's good to see him doing well.